Block number 6, stretch. Today we're going to hit a lot of knee work. So we're going to do a lot of knee flexion, knee extension. Hope you guys are ready. We're going to be in a tall kneeling position. So if you want to grab a towel or pad, something where you can essentially have a softer surface to kneel on, I think it'll help a ton. As well as we're going to do a lot of knee flexion. So if you lack knee flexion or it's uncomfortable, something to wedge in there, like a balance pad, a yoga block, maybe even some towels or even books if those are more readily available. So yeah, let's get it. So we're going to open up with cars. Again, controlled articular rotations, working on neck all the way down to toe. Take you through step by step. We're going to do this for time instead of for reps. So you're thinking quality, not quantity. Get as many quality reps as you can in the quantity. All right, let's open up with neck. Find a good base position, feet hip width apart, nice, steady, strong position to move. Let's go ahead, bring that chin down towards your chest. Rotate towards your left shoulder, drop the ear, circle all the way around, bringing that ear to the opposite shoulder, rotate, bring it back to the start. We're going to continue in that direction for 30 seconds, and then I'll let you guys know when to switch. Thinking about making that circle as big as you can, 1 mile per hour, trying to rotate through as much of a range of motion as you can. If you feel any pain when you get to that closing angle or that small angle side, just simply go through a little less range of motion. Once you get to the start, reverse directions. Now we're going the opposite direction, just going 1 mile per hour, trying to make that circle as big as you can through each rotation as you can. You might find you have a little bit more range or a little bit more fluidity with movement, one way versus the other. That's normal. We are naturally asymmetrical, meaning we have a difference from left to right. This is why we put so much emphasis on unilateral movements within our program. When you finish this rep, go ahead, relax. We're going to move it down the spine. Give yourself a little bear hug. We're going to bring our chest down towards the ground. We're going to rotate towards your left, drop your left shoulder, circle all the way around. When you get to the start, keep going in that same direction, 1 mile per hour. Try to make that circle as big as you possibly can. Circle all the way around. Remember, if you feel a pain in that closing angle side, aka the small side, that means we have a little bit of an impingement going on. We just want to take a little bit of range of motion off. If you feel a lot of pain, you may need to stop entirely. But as we're going through this, try to explore as much space as you can. Finish the rep that you're currently on. Let's reverse direction. Going 1 mile per hour. Try to make that circle as big as you possibly can. Locking in that joint above, which would be your neck, and that joint below, which would be your hip. Only thing moving is your entire spinal column from your tailbone to the bottom of your neck. And finish the rep that you're currently on, and we'll come back to the start. Now we're going to go arms out in front, closed fist, because we want to isolate that scapula. Now we're going to retract our shoulder blades back, elevate your shoulder blades up, push your shoulder blades forward, bring your shoulder blades down. If this is backwards, we're going to keep going backwards for 30 seconds. So this one direction, retract, elevate, protract, depress, and keep circling forward. Imaginary shelf our hands are sitting on, so our hands can go forward and back, but we want to avoid them going up and down. Finish the rep that you're currently on, get back to the start, now we'll reverse. Protract, elevate, retract, depress. Now we're moving a forward circle. Again, hands forward and back, not up and down. 1 mile per hour here. Take your time. Try to make that circle as big as you can. You'll notice you'll get a little fatigued in that mid and upper back. This just means that we're moving through a little bit more of a range or more focus than we normally do, which is all natural. As we go through this, you might find a crampy sensation. That just means we're entering ranges that we're not accustomed to, and your body's trying to find a way to either accommodate that range or maybe possibly get out of it. These are now potential that we're adding into it. So the more comfort we get at that range, the better we're going to be at that range. Going to move on to shoulder. Let's go left side. Point your thumb pointed straight out. The first move is going to be up, across. Keep that thumb pointed out as long as you can. When you get to that ear, start to rotate that bicep in. That thumb will come forward. Then reach that arm behind. We're going to keep that rotation going till we get to that pocket. Now that thumb should be pointed behind us. Reverse that direction. You'll feel a block. Then we start to unrotate or unravel and just retrace our steps. We're going to do this one for 60 seconds. So we're going to keep going back and forth from forward to back to forward for 60 seconds, trying to accrue as many quality reps as we possibly can. Remember, we're looking for quality, not quantity here. 1 mile per hour, lock that rib cage in, thinking about creating as much of a circle as you possibly can. Excellent work. Keep it going. And let's finish this rep that we're currently on, and then we'll flip to the other side. Now we're going to go right side, thumb pointed out, bring it all the way to your ear, bring that arm all the way back, reverse direction, 1 mile per hour here. Thinking about tick-tocking forward and back to forward. As you get to those like sticky parts, that top of the shoulder, that extended position of the shoulder, or when the arm's pointed back, create as much tension throughout your body is the concept called irradiation, meaning that we're trying to create tension or stability to access more range in a particular joint. This is a really important concept to start to establish during cars, that concept of irradiation, to access more range and get more out of the actual exercise. Pails and rails, even breathing. The more we can focus on locking in certain joints, there's a concept called centration of locking in a joint to create more stability and more output. Same concept with the radiation. Create more stability throughout your body, create this almost Valsalva type of mechanism. Let's finish this rep that we're currently on. We're going to move on to elbow. So thumbs pointed out. We're going to flex at the elbow. Get all the way up to your bicep hitting your forearm. Rotate your thumbs inward. Come on back down. Reverse direction. We're going to just tick-tock back and forth in this pronated to supinated, aka holding soup, dumping the soup, for 3 reps here, not necessarily for time. Awesome. Once you finish with 3 reps, we'll bring your hands up to 90 or elbows up to 90 degrees, palm in a supinated position. Close your fist. Let's bring your fist down towards the ground, and we're going to make a clockwise circle for 3 reps. And then a counterclockwise circle for 3 reps. We're going to move into hip. If you need something stable, like a wall or even a chair, by all means, please grab one. We're going to work on hip, and the more balance and stability we have, the more range we'll have. We're going to do the same thing we did on hip as we did shoulder. So whatever leg, inside arm's going to be holding. Let's bring that knee all the way up towards your chest, as high as you can. Rotate that shin inward. Pull that knee out wide. Reach that heel behind, keeping your torso nice and tall. Circulating back and forth for 60 reps. This one's going to bring more attention to creating stability. So as I bring that knee out and I rotate that heel behind, that torso is going to want to dump the opposite way. That's creating space. And you'll notice that position when we get into our flexibility work, aka pails and rails. And this is trying to create space that my hip doesn't have. So I'm going to dump my torso away to give myself the perception of having space in that joint, where I'm literally just trying to find a way to compensate in that direction. So fight that now. Create this active range of motion as you're going through that hip. So knee up, rotate, Bring that heel behind you, keeping that torso nice and tall and rigid, almost stoic, and then bring it around. Finish the rep that you're currently on, and we'll flip to the other side. Bring that knee up, rotate, heel behind you. Awesome. We're going to tick-tock back and forth here for 60 seconds, keeping your torso rigid, stance leg strong. Use that inside hand to give you more stability. Irradiate is that term. Create tension through your body so we can get more from that targeted joint action. Knee up, knee out, rotate, pull that heel back in. We're just going to tick-tock back and forth, 60 seconds here, thinking about getting as many quality reps as you can. That sticky part, create tension. Again, these high volume sets, these elongated sets, 60 seconds, you'll feel some kind of tension, some sort of crampy sensation, fight through. Okay, now we're going to go back down to knee. Same thing as elbow. We're going to do this for reps. Knee and elbow are same joint. Ankle and wrist are same joint. Hip and shoulder are same joint. So we're going to train them exact same from top to bottom. All right, so heel pulled in towards your hamstring. Rotate your knee out. So now where heel is pointed in and that toe is pointed out. Extend the knee. Pull that heel back in. Rotate that shin pointed in. So heel's pointed out. Extend. Back in. We're just going to tick-tock back and forth here for 3 reps. Once you're done with 3 here, we'll lock out the leg. We're going to lock out that knee because once we start to move that ankle, the more that knee is flexed, the more that shin can move, or that tibia. That can alter the range of motion or perception, again, a compensation. So lock that knee out, create centration in that knee, point that toe towards your shin, heel in, toe in, make a circle clockwise for 3 reps. Feel all that tension and counterclockwise. Try to move through as full circle as possible. Perfect. Let's go to the other side. Pull that heel in, rotate that shin out. So toes pointed out, heels pointed in. Pull that heel back in, reverse. We're going to go 3 each way there. And then we'll go ahead and lock that leg out. Make a clockwise to counterclockwise circle. Perfect. Now, we're going to go on to toe here. So in toe, feet are going to be hip width apart. Thinking about all 5 toes are in contact with the ground. You should be able to feel the ground. This is the biggest proprioceptive organ we probably have that we're not using, meaning that the more I can feel the ground, the more I can use all 5 of my toes, the better strength from the foot up I'll have. So let's go ahead and increase the range, increase the stability, increase the function of your feet by learning how to re-educate them by moving them. All right, so let's go ahead. 5 toes are in contact with the ground. Pick your big toe up as high as you can and hold. So big toe is now elevated, 4 little toes are staying. Place that big toe back down on the ground. Let's repeat that again. Big toe back up and back down. Let's do one more. Big toe up and back down. Now, big toe is going to stay on the ground. Now we're going to lift our 4 little toes up. So big toe down, 4 little up, back down. Big toe down, 4 little up, back down. Big toe down, 4 little up. Great. Now let's lift all 5 toes up off the ground. So now my 5 digits are away from the ground. My whole heel and base of my foot is on the ground. Touch your big toe down. Back up, down, back up, down, back up. Now what we're going to do is spread our toes as wide as we can. And we're going to try to touch from our pinky toe down to our big toe, 1 toe at a time, like we're piano keying down. So pinky toe first, second, third, fourth, and then big toe. All 5 toes back up. Second, third, fourth, fifth, big toe back down up. And then we're up again. Spread, pinky down to big toe. Awesome. We got one more drill. Let's get into an all fours position. So our base position for quadruped, hands and knees. Not just hands and knees, but shoulders stacked over wrist, hips stacked over knees. From here, we're going to go through cat camel. Thinking one segment at a time. So pull your head up. So now I'm in cervical extension. Bring my chin down and then push my upper back towards the ceiling, trying to pull each one of my vertebrae up, 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 and then you'll get to your tailbone. Tailbone will dump behind and down. Now from here, start at the tailbone, and then one segment at a time, bring each one of your vertebrae close to the ground, get towards your neck, and then elevate that neck again, and then we're just going to snake back down. And then back up, back down, and back up. Awesome. Now we're going to go into a second position. So we're going to bring our hips back towards our heels. So I'm in this now collapsed position. And what this is doing is taking this lumbar out of the equation, right? So now my lumbar is completely locked in. So now what I've done is create that centrated effect or that locked joint effect. And now I'm going to have to get more range from somewhere else, which will come from the upper back, aka the thoracic spine. So we're just going to go through the same movement. Start off with extended, bring that chin down. So now I'm flexed. One segment at a time, pushing my vertebrae up and back. Go till you feel a block, and then reverse direction. And we're just going to snake up and down, almost like a slinky going down the stairs. One vertebrae moving at a time, trying to create a smooth, gradual transition up and down. We'll go one more rep. And then we'll transition forward. Then we're going to get down to our elbows. So now we're going to block our upper back, and now we're going to focus on our lumbar. So extended, flex, push as much of your vertebrae as you can towards the sky, and now we'll get down to that tailbone. Reverse, all the way back up. 3 up, 3 down. Awesome. Okay, that is our card. All right, so we're going to open up with pails, rails, knee extension. So we're going to be in a kneeling position collapsed. So we're going to hold here this stretch. So we're going to get a lot of quad stretch here. The idea now is we're going to build this like knee mechanic here. So just strengthen that knee as we go. If this is hard for you, meaning that this angle is just a lot of pressure in your knee, grab a yoga block, grab something to wedge, put it in there, and then you'll take a little bit of that pressure off. So essentially, we're just taking away that rested position based off the length that you may have in that quad, that patella tendon, all that good stuff. So 2 minutes relaxed here. The other part is we're in a what we call resting posture. So our butts on our heels. We now have to organize our body in a way to react to the ground below us. So there's going to be a couple resting postures that you should be thinking about a lot in terms of a kneeling position like this. You think about certain cultures throughout the world, like Japanese culture just eats most of their meals in a kneeling position. In theory, whether it's becoming this lower cross janda or a chronic tightness and weakness in certain muscle groups, or just we don't have a lot of functional extensibility, or in a lot of other ways, we see a lot of folks that are more concentric, they can pull in more air, they become very quad dominant, and then they become extremely over muscled in this area. And that leads to length tension relationships, all the nine. Point being is if you're uncomfortable here, regress out of it, but just fight the good fight, because that is an area of need now. So if you feel a lot of stress here, a lot of pressure there, just something to work on. So we're going to go 2 minutes here. We're 1:30 in. We're going to go pails and rails. Pails is going to be driving our feet into the ground. So I'm trying to extend my body, holding this end range. Rails will be trying to pull our heels into our butts. So we're trying to create more of a closing angle. From there, if you feel more comfortable and you can pull whatever wedge out from underneath your butt and your heels, fine. Other thing to consider is we don't necessarily need to pull the whole wedge out a little bit more. We can just slide it back. So pails, driving feet into the ground. Rails, trying to pull heels up to our butt. At the end of that rail, sit deeper into the stretch by either collapsing more, getting more weight on your heels, or pulling whatever wedge either out completely or back away so we have a little bit deeper range. Let's breath in. Start to drive your feet into the ground simultaneously, 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%. Safest, greatest effort here, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse by pulling those heels into your butt. 10 and 9. A lot of crampy in that hamstring area. That's expected. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. So if you felt a lot of crampy sensation in that hamstring, which is interesting because this is a shortened position, but it's also not a necessarily tension position. So in regard to that hamstring, we got to look at it from this concept of every time a muscle contracts, there's an antagonist trying to limit that contraction. It's called reciprocal inhibition, meaning that we don't want to overdo a contraction because that might lead to fatigue early, that might lead to overtension and some damage. Essentially, your body wants to have built-in mechanisms to prevent overriding the system, and we're training a lot of this stuff. That's kind of the central premise of things like plyometrics or working at different rates or working different contractions. General thought would be is we are training our motor system to be more efficient, and there's going to be a time and a place that we want to exert a lot of force, we want to do it rapidly, or we want to be able to get to a full range without restriction, and that's where those cramp sensations come in. Which essentially we're at this end range capacity. So we're going to now progress into a eccentric neural grooving. So the idea here, and I should have mentioned this in the opening, is we want to go to a comfortable end range. So maybe you want to hold on to something as you lean back because we're going to go a reverse Nordic. Go to a comfortable range here. There is you're by yourself, so let's make sure we're playing the long game. There's a couple ways to find a comfortable range. So if you needed a wedge to stop, you're going to use that wedge again. If you don't have access to a wedge and you don't feel comfortable, what you're going to do is essentially go in front of something like a rack or there, and as you go back, you're going to have a safety net. You're going to hold on to that when you feel like you can't recover, and we'll come from there. But the idea now is I'm going to start off tall kneeling. We're going to push both feet into the ground. It's contracting our quad, and then we're going to create functional length going back for 10 seconds. We're going to do 5 10-second eccentric neural grooving, but if you feel uncomfortable, the best way to govern this is your range, and you can do that by just simply having a stop point by putting the wedge there, or just having a rack in front to stop you so you're not going too far. As you get more confident, as you get stronger, just progress further into it. Okay, so brace, drive both feet into the ground so you'll feel some tension in the quad to start. We'll start leaning back. 10, 9, 8, still driving both feet into the ground. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your hips and then reset. Here we go, rep number 2. Drive both feet into the ground. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reset. Pack. Drive. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. Pack. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Pack. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, so we're going to go into a half kneeling position here next. We're going to work some dorsiflexion, and then we're going to progress that into some more knee flexion. Okay. So dorsiflex position. So now I'm one knee down, 1 foot down. I'm going to drive 1 foot forward, or the knee forward over the toe. So I'm looking for a closing angle between the front of the shin and the top of the foot. We're just going to hold here for 2 minutes. You might feel a lot of tension in your tib anterior, your shin muscles. That was our stability, right? So there's a concept, and we talked about this with resting postures, a position of rest. That was our base of support or our contact with the ground below us. That's how we stabilize, that's how we balance. So what you want to think about is when you're in that position, whatever's interacting with the ground below you is doing the majority of the work to stabilize and control your body in space. Our traditional number one thing we have in contact with the ground below us is our feet. Our feet are incredibly proprioceptively rich, meaning there's a lot of sensory input coming from the world for our foot to navigate, organize, and control our body in space. And when you think about that, which is pretty interesting and pretty cool, it gets into this context of wearing restrictive footwear, tight footwear, footwear that pushes our big toe in or pronates our foot or everts our heel, limits dorsiflexion, limits this ability to be reactive and organic in the ground, leads to a whole host of issues from length tension. So we are overly tensed, short in length. We are weak and lengthened in certain other muscle groups. We just are, quote unquote, struggle bus. Point being is when you have the opportunity to do things that are not necessarily fast or heavy or long, you might get your foot in contact with the ground a little bit more and start to do more barefoot stuff. But neither here nor there. Let's work some pails and rails. Pails is driving your front foot down. Rails is pulling that front foot away. We've done this one quite a bit, so not really need to review this one, but let's just make sure that we know the assignment. Down on the pails, rails on the up. Here we go. Breath in, pack it down, drive that foot down, press down on the gas pedal. 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, safest, greatest, and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse by pulling that toe to the shin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit deeper into that stretch. We'll hold here for another minute. So footwear matters. Having your foot in contact with the ground as much as possible. Familiar with concepts like grounding, essentially taking the Earth's electromagnetic gradient and have that input the body. My body is just an electrical conductor, so it's transmitting electrical signals all the time. All of our nervous tissue is essentially just running off what we call action potentials, and that is pushing positive and negative ions in and out of the cell to create electrical currents, right? So all an action potential is taking positive and negative and interchanging that through the cell wall to create a current to create impulses and stimulate things to do stuff. Thinking, moving, lifting, stretching. We're going to work eccentric neurogrooving here next. So on the eccentric neurogrooving, we'll move out of the position, we'll press down the gas pedal, and we'll load the back of that calf Achilles. All right, so sit up here, push down on the gas pedal, and we're going to load forward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pack 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Pack 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pack 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Pack 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. We're going to stay in this position because I want to work a little bit more ankle work. So we're going to go now lift off. So we just eccentrically loaded it. Now we're going to concentrically load it. So we're going to stay in this like more vertical position or 90 degrees to the ground position. We're going to pull the toe to the shin. We're going to go 10 5-second lift offs. Here we go. Pack the air down, lift that foot and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 10. Sweet. Switch shots. Now we're going to go into this deep stretch position. Load that hamstring into the calf, and then bring that shin as far forward as you can. Holding here for 2 minutes, relaxing our breath, trying to get as much of this ankle stretch as we possibly can, stretching in the back of our calf, our Achilles, our soleus, our gastroc. And as always, you'll definitely feel a difference from right to left, and that has an impact on how we move, how we interact with the ground. So barefoot, unilateral work, stretching, doing soft tissue when we need to do it, stressing all the good stuff over time. So 45 seconds in, we're going to get a stretch by pushing our front foot down, pulling our toe away. Hold that for 10 seconds each, and then we'll move out of that position after our 1 minute stretch, and it'll decentrate our grooving, and then we'll do lift offs, and then we're going to move it back to the knee, hit a knee flexion this time. All right. Here we go. Let's take a breath in. Start to drive that foot down into the ground. 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%. Safest, greatest effort and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit deeper into the stretch. Push that knee forward. Hold that for another minute. And for the record, I do this all in one take. Get probably a harder ground than most of you guys do, to be honest. Below here is just concrete. And it's about no more than a quarter of an inch. Just made up mind. Toughness is a choice. Squirming around, being uncomfortable on your knees. Just a matter of making a decision. Take that as you will. All right, we'll move out of this position. Eccentric neural grooving. So 90 degree, breath in, Push down the gas pedal, load 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pack down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Pack down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pack down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Pack down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. All right. Now we're going to move into those lift offs. Vertical position. Lift that front foot up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 8. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 10. Okay, so we got two options for our last drill of the day. We can go into a prone bow position, which will, pardon, because this always gets super muffled and loud, which is grabbing onto your foot just like such, holding here. We're looking for a deep flex position. If that one is limited, we have option number 2, grabbing onto a yoga block or something where you could prop your foot back into a half kneeling position. So we'll set up like such, one foot down, yoga blocks or yoga block underneath one foot, just above it, just like such. So the idea is now I'm flexed in that knee, same position. We have a straight line torso. We're not collapsed at the hip, so we're now hip extended, and now we're working knee flexion. Whatever's more comfortable for you. It doesn't really make a difference to me. Just the idea now, we're gonna go pails, rails, pails going down, rails coming up, and then we're actually gonna go lift offs, finishing off that knee flexion. Okay, so from here, whatever position you choose, prone, bow position, half kneeling there, we're just gonna hold here in this 2-minute stretch. So we'll go pails and rails, driving that foot down, rails pulling that. If you're in a bow position, pails is driving into the hand, rails is pulling away. If you did want to do pails and you lack that flexibility, grab onto a towel, hold onto that towel just right here like such. If you have access to a band or even like a lifting strap, you can do that as well. Anything where you can just basically pull that heel into that hamstring. So we'll go 2-minute stretch here, pails driving down, rails lifting away, and then we'll sit deeper into the stretch by either propping up higher or pulling that heel in tighter towards your butt. "15 seconds and we'll hit our pails." Okay, breath in, drive down, 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, safest, greatest, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse, pulling up, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. If you got a hamstring cramp, straighten it out and then try to adjust the height to a little bit higher than when you started, or grab and pull a little bit tighter towards your butt cheek. We'll hold here for another minute and then we'll go into lift-offs. On the lift-offs, I'm going to lower the height of the block again. If you're going and lifting from that position and trying to get to this end range position, if you are prone, it's hard if you have you're struggling from holding on because of arm length. In that case, put a little slack on that rope or that towel or whatever you have holding onto your foot and try to pull away from the rope towards your butt cheek. If you do have longer arms, then you can relax a little bit and pull that foot away, and you can pull from the hand into the butt cheek. Awesome. It's even easier. Another 15 seconds, and then we'll get into our lift-offs. And we'll do 10 5-second lift-offs. Okay. I'm just going to adjust the height here. Like I said before, put some slack on that rope or band, or just loosen up your grip. All right, here we go. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. Pack, lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 10. All right. We'll go ahead and get into the other side. I'll just flip sides so you guys can see that leg, down leg more easily. But you just find that switching arms or whatever is easier for you. So we'll set up here, half kneeling position, and then from there we'll get into our pails and rails and lift offs. If you're prone, just switch your leg. We'll do pails, rails, lift offs, and that'll be it. If you are in our team programming, you're working post fatigue, this is going to be a challenging workout for a lot of reasons, more time and attention, but pairing either a what we're calling loading the tissues of the proximal aspect or the distal aspect and inverting that based off of A1, A2. We're changing the angle. So if we're vertical, the line of resistance is always good. The greatest, most tension is going to be perpendicular to gravity. So if we look at it from this like angle of 90 degree, where does that 90 degree point hit? And trying to essentially create tension in different areas so we attack different parts of that muscle. No matter what, you're going to feel a lot of tension and a lot of fatigue. You're going to be pretty sore. If you are in strength, we're doing alternating clusters. What I can't stress this enough. When reps go down, weight goes up, but this is amplified because we're adding more intra-set rest. We're adding rest within reps. So as you're going through this, seeing 3 reps and then adding rest in between each rep, what you got to consider is it's got to go up in weight considerably. Like there is a common thread of we don't have enough dumbbells. We have plenty of dumbbells. We just don't have enough people using heavier dumbbells. And what we need to really stress is grabbing dumbbells that are specific to the protocol that we're doing, not what you're naturally inclined to use, regardless of the sets, reps, or exercise. So grab some heavy ass dumbbells. Let's get into some pails and rails. Here we go. Drive that foot down 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%. Safest, greatest, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like I said before, pull tighter, stack higher. Just make it some way more of a deeper stretch. And we'll hold here for another minute. Great work, guys. 1 minute, lift offs. Finish off with some breathing. Well, that'll be it. Thank you guys for doing stretch. All right, here we go. Pack the air, lift, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 6. Lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. Lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8. Lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. Lift, 5, 4, 3, 2, 10. Awesome. All right, guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much. Let's finish off with some breathing and keep plugging away. Chop wood, carry water, guys. Let's keep pushing. Okay, so let's finish off with some breathing. We're going to go 3 positions to choose from. And the reason behind each position, it formats a different way for your body in space. So if my body is facing down, if my body is facing up, it's a different gravitational effect on that thorax, right? So if I'm pointing straight up and we have this negative pressure pulling air into our lungs from the diaphragm contracting, it's different when my torso is pointed down or an inverted position. Now we don't have negative pressure, we have the effect of gravity. So in a sense, I have to contract to inhale. We reverse it. We have to contract to exhale when we're inverted. And that goes into why we want to focus on inhale versus exhale, right? So in regards to the positions, if you really struggled with internal rotation, this one, if I was cramping a lot, I felt like I had nothing, you want to be inverted. And what that does is gets a little bit more of a bias towards exhalation or that breathing out. And the position we want to do with that is going to be a inverted position. We want hips stacked over knees, just like we did in the CARS multi-segmental spine. So hips stacked over knees, elbows on the ground. Now, the more I'm elevated in my knees, the more inverted I am. So we can grab a yoga block, we can place that underneath our knees just like such, and we can get more inverted. We can use books, we can use towels, we can have balance pads, do that. But the more inverted you are, the more effect you have on challenging exhalation. So if you really struggled with that internal rotation of the hip, you want to focus on a exhale bias strategy, aka inversion. The second position, well, and I know this probably feels a little counterintuitive, but stick with me, is if you struggle with the external rotation with the legs in front, will be that crocodile position, just like we did in our prone shoulder external rotation. So I'm here. And what this is, instead, I know it feels like we're inverted still, but what this is instead is now I give myself some sort of resistance when I inhale. So exhalation for internal rotation, inhalation for external rotation limitation. So now I'm going to bias inhalation or breathing in because I'm giving myself resistance. So as I breathe in through the nose, I'm going to have to push my body away and I have to contract. I have to contract that diaphragm and I have to really pull that air in because I have some body weight resistance as I'm pushing it in. So crocodile if you struggle with external rotation. Now the final one would be a 90-90 with a internal rotation on the left side bias, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Where you want to focus on that, if you didn't really struggle with internal external rotation, but you might have felt the left side was a lot more restricted than the right side, specifically internal rotation wise, that's when you want to go with 90-90 internal rotation left side bias position. So what that will look like is I'm going to get a chair or a wall and set up with a 90-90 breathing position. I know that probably seems confusing because we did 90-90 for our position to stretch, but the truth is it's the same 90-90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree, just kind of a different angle, I guess. So from here, my heels are resting on a chair. I am now relaxed in this position. I want to pull my knees there. If you have a towel or yoga block, we're going to squeeze that between our knees. Remember we talked about abduction? So same thing, adduction now. And then I'm going to try to pull my left heel out and then point my right knee straight back. From here, I'm going to pull my heels down onto the chair or the wall. And what that's going to do is activate my hamstrings and then get my pelvis from this anterior to more posterior position. And what that will do is bias that internal rotation on the left side, and it's going to challenge the diaphragm to breathe against that, like what we call left AIC position. Now, torso matters quite a bit here. Remember, the lungs are different sizes from left to right. The heart's on the left side, the liver's on the right side. So what I'll do is as I'm driving my left heel out, squeezing this yoga block between my knees, I'm going to take my left hand, place it on my ribs, and take my right hand, place it overhead. If you feel more comfortable just going inverted or crocodile, completely fine. But if you felt like, hey, I had a massive limitation on that left side during that hip internal rotation, that 90-90 position with the leg back, I really strongly suggest you go to that 90-90 position. Now, what we're going to do from here is pause, maybe play around with each one of those positions, and then figure out which one you're going to go from there. So if you need to stop right now, please do. Now we're going to go into the actual breathing cadence. So whatever position you are, we're going to go inverted, crocodile, or 90-90. We're going to go into this 4-4-4-8 or 4-4-8 fork tempo. So breathe in for 4, we'll hold for 4, we'll breathe out for 8, we'll hold out for 8. So I'll say 4-3-2-1, 4-3-2-1, 8-7-6-5, 4-3-2-1, 4-3-2-1, and we'll repeat. So we're going to find that position, and we're going to go through 10 cycles of that 4-4-8-4 tempo. All right, so whatever one you want to get into, let's go ahead and get into that now. So if I'm in a crocodile position, if I'm in an inverted position, or if I'm into this 90-90 position, let's go ahead and do so now. Get a couple breaths in that position just to kind of get comfortable. Remember, we're always going to breathe in through the nose. We're going to breathe out through the mouth. No matter what position we're in, whether it's inhale or exhale bias, it's still going to be controlled full air in through the nose, controlled pushing the air out exhalation. The imaginary breathing in through a straw is going to be kind of the metaphor we'll stick with. And we're going to do that for 10 repetitions, and I'll guide you through each one. All right, so let's get that position. We're now getting a couple breaths in. Let's start to get into this direction. So everyone breathe out. Now we're going to breathe in through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that air in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Push the air out through the mouth for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that air out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat. Pull air in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the air out for 4, 3, 2, 1. And repeat. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now continue on for 5 more cycles. Thinking about filling in as much of that air in. Keep breathing. So we should be now moving into that hold, that exhale. If you're getting to that inverted position, exhale will get progressively harder and harder. You'll start to maybe get a little bit of lightheaded. Control that breath. If you need to take a break, take a pause, get out of that position for a second, do so. Try not to make yourself to the point of passing out. If you're in that crocodile position, you're going to really struggle potentially getting into that inhale or that breathing in. If you're in that 90-90 position, you'll find that left leg's going to want to move out of that position. You'll find you'll start to squirm. You'll start to contort. It'll be hard to pull down on your heels. It'll be harder to squeeze that yoga block towel or book. It'll just be harder, right? So that's the goal, is to try to maintain that tempo. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a great tempo to keep on your own. So if you ever need 5 breaths in a good position, anytime you need to do that, we'll get a huge amount of benefit. Getting 5 cycles of that, 3 cycles of that. All right, so we should just be wrapping up that final inhalation or that final exhalation, and we can slowly move from that position. All right, so that concludes our breathing. Really good strategy to help finish off. If you ever need to do that post-session, great aspect of getting a really good targeted effect. All right, we'll break here, and that concludes Stretch for today.